Hey guys, today we're going to talk about Melia, the new global original unit. So we're going to talk about her base form, her normal form, bracer form, sample builds, and sample rotation, why you should pull for her, and what am I going to do with regards to Melia. So let's get it on. Melia's Trust Master Award is the Protector of the Forest. It's a materia that increases her the spirit of the unit by 40% and also increases HP by 40%, increased lightning and earth resistance by 30, and it is unstackable. So you can only equip one of these this materia. So similar materials to this one is Hero's Vow Earth. Hero's Vow Earth has HP and Spirit passives and also Earth resistance. It's lacking the Lightning resist. And Judge's Oath. Judge's Oath is an SUMR, which also gives Spirit and HP and a bunch of Elemental resist 30%. So very nice material for magic tanks. Good mix of HP and Spirit, and also bonus of Lightning and Earth resistance. This also procs Melia's Trust passive. Alright. Next is her Super Trust Master Award. It is Magical Eggs. It's a staff that has 170 flat spirit. It has passives of HP 15% and equipment spirit 50% when dual wielding. So Melia is you should build her spirit through dual wield. So this adds 50% more spirit through dual wield when she is equipped with it. So this staff has the highest spirit in the game, flat spirit in the game for now, at 170. And also no other staff gives 50% spirit through dual wield. So this is kind of unique equipment. I think the second highest flat spirit staff in the game right now is Judgment Staff from Lena. Next is her vision card. Her vision card is called Egg Painting. Stats are at level 1, base spirit 40 and base HP 500. And at level 10, it gives 70 flat spirit and 1000 HP. At level 4, you get a bonus ability, Colorful Palette, which increases HP by 10. And same bonus at level 7. At level 10, you get Vibrant Use. Limited to FFB units only, increase equipment spirit 25 when dual wielding. So if you have this vision card on her equipped, you get 25 more spirit through dual wield. Alright, so that adds up. Alright, so if you ask me, this is a pretty mediocre vision card. Lots of vision cards are better than this, but if you don't have Yoshikiri's vision card or maybe Shuyu's vision card, this could work still for Melia. This video is sponsored by Amazon Coins. Get 10,000 Amazon Coins for $80 instead of $100. That's a savings of 20%. You can use the Amazon Coins to buy Lapis for FFBE. I placed a link in the description below. Check it out after you watch the video. Alright, so we're going to talk about her normal form. Her base form she can equip all types of armor and can cast level 8 green and white magic. These are her stats. Pretty high spirit base stats. She can also be door potted and potted. Her spirit stats are her main stat. At level EX1, if you awaken her, she gets a major jump or major boost in spirit. So at max, she will get 384 spirit at EX3. Most likely we will only be getting her to EX1 or 2. So 302 or 350, pretty high. She doesn't have any elemental resistances nor status ailment resistance yet, but we'll get to it later when we go to her passives. She can equip staves, rods, harps, whips, throwing weapons, and mace. So the mace and the staff are important there. I'll explain later why the mace is important. She can equip all types of armor, making her really easy to gear. Alright. Next, normal form is she is a magic tank and support. In her normal form, she is most effective in mitigating damage coming from beasts and humans. She She can mitigate magic damage taken by 75 to the party. Ally of the Forest level 5 grants a chance to protect all allies from magic damage 80% with damage mitigation 65 to 80 for 4 turns to caster. It also mitigates magic damage taken against beasts and humans by 35% for 4 turns to allies. So that is her cover skill, pretty good against beasts and humans. If you bring her to Dark Asura and Dark Visions, she can cover all the magic attacks and also mitigate it 35% race specific race mitigation. Nestled within the trace increases the chance of being targeted 100% for 3 turns to herself, and also mitigates general damage taken 75% for 3 turns to caster. Also heals her 9,000 HP split over 3 turns to caster, so 9,000 divided by 3, that's the amount you get per turn for 3 turns. Spruce Shelter level 5, it has a 5-turn cooldown available on turn 1. It mitigates magic damage taken 75 for 3 turns, so all allies can't be dispelled. Pretty good since it can't be dispelled. This is magic damage mitigation, but also mitigate magic damage taken 90% for 1 turn to caster, can't be dispelled. Heal 9,000 HP also over the course of 3 turns to caster. Next, her support abilities include boosting lightning and earth resistance for the party, defense and spirit buffs, and defense and spirit area effect, similar to Setzer. Her skills can also heal a small amount to the party over 3 turns. So, one with the forest increases lightning and earth resistance by 80% for 3 turns to all allies. It also increases the resistance to defense and spirit break and stop. Really good. Stop resist, but she doesn't have stop cure. For 3 turns to all allies, and autocast next turn, heal 4,500 HP split over 3 turns to all allies. So 4,500 over 3 turns, not that big, but that's still a heal there. Setter's Shield is on a 5-turn cooldown, available on turn 1. Increase Spirit 300% for 4 turns to caster. It also increases Defense and Spirit 250 for 4 turns to all allies, and increases Lightning and Earth resistance 100% for 4 turns to allies. So compared to one with the Forest, this is the better Lightning and Earth resist, but it is on a 5-turn cooldown. It only lasts for 4 turns, so you can't maintain this indefinitely. Next is Wooded Refuge. It's on a 4-turn cooldown, available on turn 1. Enable area effect, increase defense and spirit 100% for 3 turns to allies area. Autocast next turn, heal 4,500 split over 3 turns to all allies. So this skill is similar to Setzer's skill, the 5-star base one. But Setzer's is 50% higher. This is 150%, Melia is 100%, but Melia is an NV unit, so and also does more damage than Setzer. So I think that's a proper trade-off there. Alright, so area effect stacks with the parameter buff, so defense and spirit 250 for all allies. It also further increases it by 100%. She has 1 attack skill in normal form, and that scales with her spirit. Her Magnus ability can remove all elemental imperils from the team and boost earth and lightning resistance as well. So her only attack in normal form is Explosive Barrage. Earth magic damage 50% with spirit scaling to all enemies. Mitigate damage taken 30 for 1 turn to all allies. Bolting Strike Chain, so she can only dual cast, so W Bolting Strike only for chaining. Next is Pine Purification, Magnus ability, 2 uses per battle. Remove some status effects from all allies, so in short, it removes all elemental imperils. Increase lightning and earth resistance by 100 for 5 turns to all allies. So this skill is not unique to her. Uraisha has this skill, and also I think Myra. But they are kind of rare, those 3 units. Out of all the units, only 3 I think can do the elemental cleanse. Alright, so this one is 2 uses per battle. Uraisha's is on demand, I think. Alright, so she has high spirit passives when equipped with the staff, 100% spirit true dual wield, and innate dual wield. She can also counter physical and magic attacks with a 5% AoE heal and 100% LB fill rate to all allies. So just going down the list, she has a lot of spirit, defense, and HP passives. She also has MP passives. She has 100 spirit true dual wield, but it's trust passive, so you need to equip her either her super TMR or her TMR. She also has a chance of being targeted by 70%, so you can make her into a passive provoker or maybe an evade provoker if you want, but she doesn't have any evade passives. Also has a chance to ignore fatal damage 100% when HP is above 1%, max 1 time. She can counter magic and physical attacks with Forest Guardian, so I already mentioned that. And she has increased counter chance, earth resistance 100%, and blind, paralyze, confuse, and petrify resist. She also has stop resist with one of her skills, and recover MP 7% per turn. So pretty good passives here. She only needs 100% spirit true dual wield more to cap that. So I'll explain more when we talk about her build. And alright, her LB boosts element resistance for the party and mitigates magic damage taken from beasts and humans again, but at a higher percentage. All of her abilities can be dual casted with double the excitement. Alright, so Excellent Protection costs 36 LB Crist, increase all element resistance, 85 for 5 turns to all allies, and also mitigate magic damage taken against beasts and humans, 50% for 5 turns to all allies. So, my opinion is it's not a game-breaking limit burst there, but all element resistance 85 is really good for 5 turns, so really long duration there. Also, the specific grace magic damage mitigation is quite high at 50%. Alright, what are the weaknesses of her normal form? Number 1, the 70% chance of being targeted could become a liability if you don't want her provoking. Otherwise, it'll make her easy to build as a passive provoker. Number 2, she doesn't have a general damage mitigation for the party. She does have general damage mitigation for herself and magic damage mitigation for the party. So these are just nitpicks, but still weaknesses for her normal form. Alright, so how do we build her normal form and subsequently her brave shift form, since they function, they have similar passives. Alright, so she already has 100% spirit true dual wield. So with her vision guard and Sezat's SMR, so Sezat's SMR is a Morningstar FF5. It's a mace, so she can equip mace naturally. Spirit 180, so really high flat spirit there. And it has additional effect of King of Surgate's Way, increase equipment spirit by 75 when dual wielding. So 75 plus 25 or 50, you can cap her spirit true dual wield. So a combination of her vision card and Morningstar, or her Egg Staff and Morningstar will cap her. Alright, so you need to equip a high spirit staff in her other hand to proc her staff passives, like the Judgment Staff, or maybe her own staff. And she can equip all types of armor, including heavy armor, so Mind Protector from Freeze Teamar is great on her. You can also exchange Summon Coin for getting that Mind Protector. Other spirit equipment is Uriash's Hairpin or Luna Freya's Necklace. Fill the rest of her slots with spirit equips, so you can buy for summon coins or get from units. Alright. Alright, so Brave Shift form, Melia has slightly higher spirit in her Brave Shift form. She can also equip the same equipment as her normal form. So base spirit here is 249, still can be potted and door potted. At EX1 she gets 311, and at EX3, she gets 393. So really high flat base spirit there. Brave Shift ability, it's available from turn 1. You can stay in the Brave Shift form infinitely. Cooldown to normal is 2 turns. Cooldown to Brave Shift is 2 turns as well. So in Brave Shift form, Melia is a magic tank and a magic damage dealer. So a mage and magic tank in Brave Shift form, who scales off spirit in her Brave Shift form. Her damage skills are physical, but they do magical damage based on her spirit, which means they can be imbued with different elements. So she specializes in Bolting Strike and Stardust Ray Chain. So similar to Shuang Wu and King Long, she does physical attacks that do magical damage that scales off the spirit. So pretty interesting there. Here are her 2 attacks. Oak Assault is on a 1-turn cooldown, available on turn 1, single cast when dual wielding. So it doesn't matter if you're dual wielding, you can only use this once. Alright, so magic damage, 50 with spirit scaling to 1 enemy 3 times, and then Bolting Strike. So this chains with triple Bolting Strike. Maple Barrage does the same thing. It chains with Stardust Ray. So you can imbue these attacks with any element you want. She also has her own imbue of lightning and earth. Alright, so speaking of imbue, she can imbue herself and 1 ally with lightning and earth, as well as amplify the damage of said elements to all allies. So not only the allies that she imbued, it applies to all allies. So Electrifying Pollen, 4-turn cooldown, available on turn 1. Add lightning element to physical attacks for 4 turns to 1 ally and also to herself. Increase lightning physical and magic damage 20% for 4 turns to all allies, can't be dispelled. The lightning amp there isn't the highest in the game. I think lightning NVA has the highest lightning amplification in the game, but on an NV unit that can tank and have significant magic damage, this is really good. Also, Earthly Pollen is the earth version of that skill. Alright, so Earth Amp, I'm not sure if she has the highest Earth Amp. Let me know in the comments if a unit has a higher Earth Amp than Melia. Alright, she can apply a 200% Beast and Human Killer buff to herself. She can also fill her own LB gauge to max and increase the mods of her damage skills by a large amount indefinitely. So Overgrown Flora has a 5-turn cooldown. It's available on turn 1. It increases her spirit by 300% for 5 turns, and then increases resistance to Spirit Break 100% for 5 turns. Increase physical damage against Beast and Human 200% for 5 turns to caster. Alright, talking about this skill, Overgrown Flora. Nothing special here except for the Beast and Human Killer. I think she has the highest Beast Killer at 200% for a non-Dragoon unit. I think Sid has 200% as well. And then Human 200%. I think Starlight Elena has that. And I think let me see, Azure Axstar has 200%. Alright, but no combination of Beast and Human Killer 200% in one skill. So this is quite unique. Evergreen Blessing, 2 uses per battle, increase LB gauge 100 to caster. Auto revive 75 HP for 1 turn to caster. Also increases modifier 25 for 999 turns to caster. Maple Barrage and Oak Assault. So this is a limited use skill. You can only fill her LB gauge fully twice per battle. And do note that the increased modifier 25 is dispellable. So if you dispel yourself or the enemy dispels you, this modifier increase is gone. She can do increased break damage to the break gauge of an enemy when using saves, and has an on-demand damage mitigation skill. She still has access to her tanking and buffing abilities in similar to her normal form. So explosive impact, physical damage 1 with increased break damage 500% for a staff to one enemy. Eggshell Guard mitigates damage taken 75 for 3 turns to caster. Ally of the Forest is her cover skill, and Wooded Refuge is her defense and spirit area effect. Alright, so looking at her Braveshift form passive, she still has 100% Spirit True Dual Wield. High Spirit passives again when equipped with a staff, and innate dual wielding. So in addition, she also has increase in chain modifier cap of 200% since she's now a damage dealer in Braveshift form. She also has lightning resistance and static spirit passives. Alright, so increase equipment spirit 50% when dual wielding is a trust passive, so you need to have her T-Mark or SC-Mark equipped. She has extra lightning resistance 50%. She does physical damage against beasts and humans 100%, so couple that with active beast and human killer. She will do significant damage to beast and humans. She gains a static spirit of 100. And she is immune to blind, sleep, confuse, and petrify. Alright. Alright, so her LB doesn't do any damage as well. It applies a non-dispellable all-stat buff and a general damage mitigation to the party. It also increases the mods for her damage skills by a significant amount again. So excellent nutrition. 36 LB. I'm getting tired of the egg puns. Mitigate damage taken 55% for 5 turns, so all allies can't be dispelled. General damage mitigation 55. And this can't be dispelled, so really good. Increase all stats 250 for 5 turns, so all allies also can't be dispelled. And also increases modifier a further 25 for 999 turns to caster for both her attack skills. So do note the modifier can still be dispelled. The all stat boosts is kind of not the highest, right? So 300 should be better, but this one is just 250. I think that's to balance out the not dispellable buff. All right, so better use this LB first before you do the Maple Barrage or Oak Assault. Alright, so what are the weaknesses of her Braveshift form? She still has a 70% chance of being targeted. Number 2, her modifier boost can be dispelled, both from the skill and the LP. And number 3, her best weapon in one hand is a mace, so Eiji does not Sesimar. So her staff break will only be half as effective. So to be fully effective or to be at its utmost potential, she needs to equip two staves to do the most break damage, but this is not really a big weakness. Alright, here's a sample rotation I made. So this could be wrong though, but I did the best I could. So we start by filling her LB gauge and buffing her spirit and human and beast killer. So Evergreen Blessing will fill her LB gauge, and Overgrown Flora will apply the beast killer and buff her spirit. Use her LB for the modifier boost. So since we filled her LB gauge, we can use her LB on turn 2. Benefit from the stat boosts, undispellable, mitigate damage taken, and also increase her modifiers. On turn 3, we imbue with either Earth or Lightning if you're not using an external imbuer, and apply the defense and spirit area effect. We can chain with Oak Assault or Maple Barrage the following 2 turns to take advantage of the buffs. Alright, so turn 3, we Wooded Refuge and Earthly Electrifying PULLF. And she can also sneak in a cover skill at the cost of buffing her killers or imbuing elements. So you can replace Overgrown Flora with her cover skill, or Earthly and Electrifying PULLF with her cover skill if you want to tank and deal damage at the same time in her Braveshift form. Alright, so why should you pull for Melia? Number 1, if you don't have a new Vision Magetank like Shoreline, Daisy, and Fina, if you missed their banner or if you skip them, or Solitary Patron Snow, you should really consider pulling for Melia. She is an excellent magic tank that can do significant damage with her Brazier form. Although she lacks a utility that Facey brings to the fight, Melia brings a balanced mix of offensive and defensive skills. She has a second defense and spirit area effect on an NV unit. First one was on a 5-star unit. And excellent stats. She is definitely better than Snow, who suffers from gearing problems. So if you can recall, Snow is really hard to gear for. Melia can equip all types of armor and a wide variety of weapons, while Snow can only equip fists and a limited amount of armor types. Number 2, if you care about the current Dark Visions, the Dark Visions running now, she is an excellent candidate to bring to the Dark Odin and Dark Azure fights. Mastermind Son can copy and spread her Human Killer buff to the team. That's 200% Human Killer. If you don't have Charlotte Elena, Melia can provide that Human Killer buff. She can also cover against Dark Asura. Her cover skills mitigate damage that come from humans. Number 3, her attack abilities and Brave Shift form can be imbued, making her extremely useful again in Dark Vision's magical stages. So she will serve as your magic damage dealer. You can her attacks are physical but do magical damage based on her spirit. She's easy to gear as well. One would only need her Esumar or Vision card plus Sezat's Esumar to cap her spirit to dual wield. So since her attacks are physical, you can imbue her attacks with any element you want. Any element weakness that the boss is weak to. Number 4, lastly, her banner allows one to pity her using the new NV tickets while also having the freedom to buy other things with the summon coins. Also, each multiple is also discounted, making it cheaper to pity her at 36,000 lapis if my math is right. So each pull costs 4,500 lapis discounted. You also get free pull every 3 pulls you make. So if you go to 11 pulls, you get another free pull. So 3 free pulls if you do 11 pulls. Alright, and then you only need 10 NV tickets to exchange for Melia. You also get 10 summon coins if you pulled 10 times. You can use the summon coins to exchange for fragments, units themselves like Esther and Sylvie, and those spirit equipment. If you're lacking in equipment for Melia, you can use your summon coins for those. Alright, so what am I gonna do? With regards to me, I like Melia, but not enough to pull for her using Lapis. I think I've exhausted my Lapis pulling for Paris. And also, I already have Shoreline, Daisy, and Fina. I think I have 4 copies of them. So I'm not in desperate need of a magic tank. That said, I like her kit and would be happy to add her to my roster. The physical mage I really like physical mages. They're really flexible. And so thus I'm going to use a set number of tickets, hoping I can get lucky enough to get her. So last time I used tickets was with Venera. I got Venera using a 30% ticket, I think, on her banner. So I'm hoping I can get Melia with tickets as well. If you didn't know already, she is not a limited unit, so the fear of missing out in this banner is nil for me. I don't know about you guys, but you should pull if you don't have a new Vision tank, Magic tank. If you want to do well in Dark Visions, if you need, I think if you need a physical mage or a mage or a magic damage dealer, if you're lacking in one, and also if you like the unit. Alright guys, I hope this was helpful and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye bye.